Okay, so moving along in the day 5-7 notes, we're going to look at if a quadrilateral is inscribed in a circle, then opposite angles are supplementary. All right, so we've been dealing with supplements for a while. Should be a familiar term. So looking at this picture here, you can tell we have a quadrilateral and all four vertexes are on the circle. So that would be what we called an inscribed quadrilateral. And opposite angles, so A and C, and D and B are supplements, right? So if I add A and C, it's going to be up to 180 degrees. If I add B and D, they're going to add to 180 degrees. Okay? So we'll look at a couple examples now. So looking at angle 1. All right, so angle 1 is right here. The opposite angle would be 64. Those would be supplements, right? So I would go 180 minus 64, and that's going to give me 116 degrees. I have the same relationship with angle 2, right? Angle 2 is opposite this 58 degree angle. So since they're supplements, I can go 180 minus 58, and that's going to give me 122 degrees. All right. Moving on to the second example. So in the second example here, they are giving us this diameter right there. So we're going to have to use that in a second. Let's do angle 2 first, because that's just like the one we just did. So if I look at angle 2, right, the opposite angle is 118 degrees. So what I'm going to do is go 180 minus 118, and that is going to give me a 62 degree angle. Now for angle 1, right, I don't know what the opposite angle is. They don't give me that. So what I have to use is this diameter, right, because this is an inscribed angle that's hitting at the diameter. So I'm able to use that rule to know that I know this arc right here is going to be 180 degrees because it's like the half circle. So because it's an inscribed angle, I can take half of that, and that would be angle 1. So I know angle 1 is going to be 180 divided by 2. That's going to be a 90 degree angle. Okay, looking at this last example here, we're kind of using a couple different things we've talked about on these notes so far. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is I do have, let's see if that'll straighten out. Nope, a quadrilateral. Okay, so I need to figure out what the opposite of the angle. So I know that angle 1 and angle 2 are going to be supplements. All right, I have this central angle here. So since there's a central angle, I know this arc, change the color here so you can see it. This arc right here is going to be the same as that central angle. So that's going to be 102 degrees. And angle 1 is the inscribed angle of that, right? So that's going to be half of 102. So angle 1 would be 102 divided by 2 equals 51 degrees, right? So angle 1 here is 51 degrees. I'm just going to erase that so I can write it in the right spot. All right, so angle 1 is 51 degrees. And then because I have that inscribed quadrilateral, I know that 1 and 2 are going to be supplements, right? So I can do 180 minus 51, and that's going to give me 129 degrees. Okay, so that is inscribed quadrilaterals.